Hello everyone and welcome to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosado Jr. The Pippins are coming off a 3-0 loss last night against the Bellingham Bells in Game 2 of the weekend series against the Bells tomorrow night. Of course, an off day after the finale tonight. 3 hits for the Pippins in last night's game, the least number of hits they've been able to put together in a single game this season. For the Bells, they scored all 3 runs in the top of the second, started by a leadoff solo home run by Cole Hinkleman to right field. Pippin starter Peyton Stumbo was able to get the next 2 batters out, but then gives up a single and a walk, and Emilio Corona adds to the total, giving the Bells 2 more runs to take a 3-0 lead. Outside of that inning, the Pippins defense backed up Stumbo as well as the other pitchers. A great play by Mason Marenko to start the game back in the top of the first. Blake Dickman, a little bit later on, throws out his second would-be base stealer of the season. He's now 2 for 4. And, of course, Chaz Myers up the middle, turning a double play, him to Willie Lajoie at first base. The Pippins score no runs in the game, the first time they've been shut out this season. They look to rebound for the series win tonight, as well as the season series win. They're 3-2 against Bellingham after taking 2 out of 3 in the series in Bellingham earlier in June. It's the Pippins and the Bells in Game 3 in just a few moments. When we come back, the Pippins pregame show continues.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Hello everyone and welcome back. As the Pippins pregame show continues just a few moments longer, we'll take you through tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by the Yakima Herald Republic. For the best sports coverage in the Yakima Valley, subscribe to the Yakima Herald Republic either in print or online. You can subscribe by calling 577-7755. The Yakima Herald Republic, they tell your stories. For Bellingham tonight, familiar top of the lineup, Daniel Jernin leads off and will play center field for the Bells. Yugo Hamakawa plays second base and hits second. Luis Aviles at first base, he's hitting third. And Cole Hinkleman will be the cleanup hitter tonight, although he starts in the field tonight playing left field. Charlie Somm takes over as the DH. He bats fifth. Ty Saunders will play shortstop and hit sixth. A.J. Davis batting seventh and playing third base. Behind the plate is Ezra Samperi. He will hit eighth tonight. And Emilio Corona rounds out the bottom of the order again for the Bells, and again will play right field. Starting pitcher for the Bells when we get to the bottom of the first will be Will Armbruster, making his third start of the season, 6th overall appearance for the Bells. First start on the road for him as well. On the mound for the Pippins is Seth Kuykendall, 1-2 record over 5 starts. All 5 of his appearances have been starts. 3.03 ERA in 29 2/3 innings pitched. Lineup for the Pippins, Chaz Myers leads off and plays second base. Connor Cobalis, the shortstop, will hit second. Sam Olson will hit third and be behind the plate for the Pippins. Noah Williamson, the cleanup hitter, he will play left field tonight. And Blake Dickman hits fifth as the first baseman. Alex Shanks out in right field, he'll hit sixth. Taylor Holder is the DH and will bat seventh. Bryce Martin Grudzalanek, the third baseman, hits eighth. And Chase Graves out in center field, the birthday boy today. He mans center field. The first pitch from Seth Kuykendall, taken just off the outside corner by Daniel Jernin, and this game is underway at 6:07 p.m. The 1-0 hard hit grounder, third base side and foul, will bounce on the fence just in front of the Pippins bullpen. Dylan Bishop will jog over, pick it up, and roll it back to the dugout. So 1 ball and 1 strike for Jernin. Here's the pitch from the Kuykendall. That one they go low and away, and it's called a ball. Kuykendall with a neon green undershirt today, the sleeves poking out from underneath the white jerseys the Pippins are wearing, along with their green hats today. The 2-1 lined back up the middle, bounces once on the dirt and into center field. Daniel Jernin on with a leadoff base hit. And that will bring Yugo Hamakawa to the plate. Hamakawa started Friday night's game as the second baseman, had a base hit in that inning in the top of the first after Daniel Jernin led off that game on Friday with a double. Hamakawa singled him home to get the Bells on the board first, one of just 2 runs scored by the Bells in that game. Hamakawa did not start last night, but did hit in the top of the 8th inning for Bronson Rivera, finished the game at second base as well. First pitch to Hamakawa, hard hit to the right side, past the diving Blake Dickman and into right field. On his way to third is Daniel Jernin. The throw will get cut off in the infield by Connor Cabalas. So Jernin goes first to third. Yugo Hamakawa with a base hit, puts runners on the corners with no outs. The top of this Bells lineup gets on pitchers quickly. That's their specialty, and does it again here. Luis Aviles will hit. Has hit third and played first base in all 3 games of the series. Does not have a hit so far. Reached on a walk and a fielder's choice in the last 2 games. Here's the first pitch to Aviles. Fouled back to the backstop, and it's 0-1. Kuykendall on the mound for the Pippins. 24 strikeouts over 29 2/3 innings pitched. Last appearance was July 5th, almost a week ago, last Monday in Walla Walla. Through 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, 7 hits, no walks for him in that game, and he struck out 7. The 0-1 pitch popped up into right. Over to it is Alex Shanks, racing in, and now makes the catch on the run. Jernin started to tag, but stopped, and the throw was a little bit up the line at third base, but otherwise on target from Shanks. So out number 1 and no runners advance for the Bells. That'll bring Cole Hinkleman to the plate. As you just saw in the pregame show, led off the top of the 2nd inning last night with a solo home run for the first of the 3 Bells runs in that game. They would score 2 more later in that inning as well. First pitch taken down low for a ball. Kuykendall had 7 strikeouts last Monday, season high for him. Not necessarily a big strikeout pitcher, mostly a pitch to contact guy, but was missing some bats in Walla Walla. His day was likely done after 7 innings anyways, but the game was tied at 3 until the top of the 8th when Blake Dickman hit a 2-run home run. Gave the Pippins a 5-3 lead. He was on the hook for the win, and Landon Shire came in for the 6-out save to close things down. Hinkleman takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-1. 1 out in the top of the first inning. No score yet. Bells with runners on the corners. Here's the pitch from Kuykendall. They go off speed, and Hinkleman way out in front of that one. It's 1-2. Hinkleman comes into this game hitting .303. 2 home runs for him on the season, a couple of doubles as well. Kuykendall looks over at first, then comes set. Here's the 1-2. They go off speed outside. Hinkleman lays off of it, and it's 2-2. Hamakawa, who can run over at first base. He has 3 stolen bases this season. Has not tried for second yet. Olsen behind the plate for the Pippins. Has not thrown out a base runner yet. Here's the 2-2. Right down the middle. Froze him on the off-speed pitch. Cole Hinkleman goes down looking for out number 2. And that will bring Charlie Somm to the plate, the DH tonight for the Bellingham Bells. Leadoff base hit for Daniel Jernin to start this game. Yugo Hamakawa singled, sending Jernin all the way to third. and 2 outs after that. So 2 outs and 2 on for Kuykendall with Somm at the plate. First pitch. Inside corner taken for a called strike. 96 degrees here in Yakima. Clear skies, a little bit of smoke. There was a fire on the other side of the hill beyond the outfield wall yesterday. The 0-1 misses inside, and it's a ball. And the fire, they've started to get a rain on it as it has grown over time. But the sky's a little smoky here in Yakima tonight, but no clouds otherwise. Here's the 1-1. Popped up out of play first base side, and it's 1-2. Pippins and Bells playing for the series win here tonight. The Pippins also with a chance to win the season series. Bells look to tie up the season series, make it 3-3. It's Kuykendall set, the 1-2. Misses up high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike, ball, strike, and ball in this count for Charlie Somm. Comes into this game hitting 175. Does have 8 RBI on the season thus far. Here's the 2-2. Off speed, lined into center, dropping quickly, and will drop in front of Chase Graves for a base hit. So Jernin scores from third, Hamakawa to second, and Charlie Somm with an RBI base hit allows the first Bells run of the game. That ball just did not carry. It started dying almost as soon as it got into the outfield. And Graves with the good read on it. Let it fall in front of him instead of stretching out for the dive that would have allowed 2, potentially 3 runs to score on the play if he doesn't make the catch. Swing and a miss for Ty Saunders on the first pitch. Saunders struck out twice last night and twice the night before. 4 strikeouts in this series for Ty Saunders, who currently has 40 on the season. Here's the 0-1. Grounder up the middle. Diving stop by the shortstop. Flips it to Chaz Myers at second. And the Pippins get out of the first with just the 1 run scored. A great play by Connor Kobalas, who picks that one up on the dive. Glove flips it to second base. And Seth Kuykendall allows 1 run in the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Pippins trail 1-0. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the bottom of the first inning. Pippins bat for the first time tonight, and Bellingham leads 1-0. They put together 3 hits to score 1 run in the top of the first. Daniel Jernin and Yugo Hamakawa started the game with base hits. Seth Kuykendall got a flyout and struck out Cole Hinkleman looking to get 2 outs in the inning, but Charlie Somm with a line drive base hit to center brought in Daniel Jernin before Ty Saunders hits a ground ball up the middle. Connor Cabalas dives to stop it and flips it to second in time to get Somm out at second on the force. So 1 run for the Bells. For the Pippins leading off, it's Chaz Myers, Connor Cabalas, and Sam Olson. Will Armbruster on the mound for the Bellingham Bells. 6th appearance for him this season. 3rd start. First start on the road. Actually only his 2nd appearance on the road for the Bells. 1-0 record for him. 1.88 ERA. Chaz Myers takes a pitch low, and it's 1-0. 14 1/3 innings pitched for Armbruster. 16 strikeouts and just 2 walks. Another pitcher just like Chavarria last night. More strikeouts than walks by a large margin as Chaz Myers takes a pitch that he thought was low but called a strike, and it's 1-1. Myers hitting .299 coming into this game. Him and Sam Olson over the last couple of days have exchanged the lead in batting average as it's yo-yoed a bit. Takes another pitch that he thought was going to be called low and instead called a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for Myers. 11 doubles on the season. Second place in the league after swings and misses, and he is out number 1 in the top of the first. Caden Connor had a double last night, so he leads with 12. Chaz Myers and Kobe Morales tied at 11 in the league, but pretty significant lead over the rest of the team here in Yakima. Noah Williamson next closest with 8. Connor Cabalas will bat with 1 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning. Bells up 1-0. First pitch to Cabalas. High chopper up the middle. Yugo Hamakawa on the short hop in front of the second base bag makes the throw on the run. And Connor Cabalas, who has speed to be able to beat that out, required a perfect play from Hamakawa, and perfect he was. Cabalas goes down as out number 2. And that will bring Sam Olson to the plate for the first time tonight. Olson got the night off last night, caught in Friday night's series opener. He went 0 for 3 with a walk in that one. Here's the first pitch from Armbruster. Taken down low for a called ball. Olson currently with a .308 batting average. 4 doubles for him on the season. Here's the 1-0. Takes on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Olson from Eugene, Oregon. Attends the University of Oregon currently. Here's the 1-1. Off the end of the bat the other way, grounded over to Hamakawa, who picks it up and over to first for the 3rd out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Pippins. We head into the second. Bells leading 1-0. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the second inning here at Yakima County Stadium. Second inning of tonight's game is brought to you by Yakima Pediatric Dentistry, located at 3909 Creekside Loop in Yakima. Yakima Pediatric Dentistry offers specialized care for infants, kids, and teens in a safe, fun environment for children as they begin their lifetime journey to maintaining a healthy smile. Seth Kuykendall on the mound for the Pippins here in inning number 2. Leading off is 7, 8, and 9, starting with A.J. Davis, who squares around a bunt but pulls it back and takes a called strike instead. Davis at third base tonight for the Bells. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded over to Connor Kobalas at shortstop. Scoops it up off the dirt. Throws over to Blake Dickman at first for the first out here in the second. Blake Dickman gets the start at first base. Started behind the plate last night.
Stepping up the catcher, number 1, Ezra.
Olsen behind the plate tonight. Off day tomorrow, so both of them get to rest the legs, and then we'll see who gets the start in the series opener against the Highline Bears on Tuesday. First pitch to Ezra Samperi is in there for a called strike. Kuykendall through the windup. The 0-1 misses low and away, and it's 1-1. Got past the glove of Sam Olsen. Michael Carpentier Jr. has not started for the Pippins in 10 days now. On the road trip in Bend. That'll have to wait for the line drive by Ezra Samperi. Connor Kobalas with a big vertical leap, but unable to get as high as that line drive, so Samperi singles into left field for a one-out base hit. As I was saying about Carpentier, in the road trip to Bend, was scheduled to play, and I believe that he rolled his ankle, or at least he believes he rolled his ankle at some point during that trip, and hasn't been in a game since. Not sure if it's related to the same problem or not. Here's the first pitch to Emilio Corona. Fouls one off his ankle on the first pitch. Corona had a 2-run double in the top of the second inning yesterday that gave the Bells their second and third runs of the game, and that ended the scoring for either team as the Pippins did not score at all during the game. Bats with Ezra Samperi on first base and one out here in the top of the second of this game. Kuykendall throws over to first, but back in safely is Samperi. Samperi 3 for 5 in stolen base attempts so far this season. As I mentioned back in the first, Olsen without a caught stealing. And the 0-1 is taken low and away for a ball. Carpentier, just to put a button on that story, had a hand issue earlier in the year, and I talked to him during the road trip, the last road trip, about whether he's had these kind of freak injuries keep him out for a prolonged period of time as Samperi takes off for second, but this one popped up high in the infield. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic over near the third baseline was to his right, to his left, and finally makes the catch for out number 2 as Samperi ranges back to the bag. And Carpentier, when I asked him whether he's had things like that happen to him where it's just little injuries that just linger and keep him out of games for a prolonged period of time, he said He's never had a sprain or any kind of major injury. Nothing has really ever kept him out of a game before, and all of a sudden he's had two sort of freak things happen to him that have just been in his way this season. So Sam Olsen and Blake Dickman have been sharing time behind the plate as that has progressed. I've heard word that the Pippins might be adding another catcher in the next few days. Daniel Jernin takes a first pitch ball inside. Jernin led off this game with a base hit. Kuykendall throws over to first. Sam Perry back in safely, but a close one. Kuykendall with a couple of great throws over to first. Jernin ready, and Kuykendall delivers the 1-0, fouled off. It's 1-1. Pippins and Bells conclude the series tonight. Pippins won game 1 3-2. The Bells won 3-0 last night. Off day tomorrow for the Pippins, and then they welcome in the Highline Bears for a 3-game series Tuesday through Thursday. Jernin skies this one into center field. Chase Graves to his left, just right of center, and makes the catch for out number 3. So a ground out, base hit, and 2 flyouts is all the Bells put together here in the second. We head to the bottom of the second. Bells on top 1-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty!
Enough!
With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay.
Welcome back for the bottom of the second inning. Bells leading 1-0 here as they visit the Yakima Valley Pippins. It will be 4, 5, and 6. Noah Williamson, Blake Dickman, and Alex Shanks leading things off here in the bottom of the second. Pippins last week on Monday clinched the first half title in the North Division. That means they're headed for the playoffs. Playoff tickets will go on sale next week. They'll be able to purchase them at pippinstickets.com. I believe they will go on sale next Wednesday. Keep an eye on Pippin's social media for announcement when those tickets go live. And make sure you get them before they are all gone. The Pippins in the playoffs for the first time since 2017 will make just their 4th appearance in the playoffs. They have never won the first half before. Here's the first pitch to Noah Williamson to lead things off in the bottom of the second. It's up high and misses for a ball. A 1-0 from Armbruster, taken at the knees for a called strike. Williamson has 1 hit in this series so far. It was a home run that led off the bottom of the 5th inning. Was the 3rd run of the game for the Pippins as they went on to win 3-2. He did have a walk and was hit by a pitch last night. Here's the 1-1. And a high hit by Noah Williamson. Might be too high. Cole Hinkleman out in left field. A few steps out in front of the warning track. Makes the catch for out number 1.
The first baseman, number 12, Blake Dickman.
That'll bring Blake Dickman to the plate. Dickman, who was not very happy with the strike zone last night provided by Jordan Smart. Blake was behind the plate in that game, but also struck out twice last night. Here's the first pitch. Taken down low for a called ball, and it's 1-0. Dickman, after one of his strikeouts, had a conversation with Jordan Smart before heading back to put on the gear. Takes the 1-0 for a strike, and it's 1-1. Talked to me after the game, and yeah, he was not content with the strike zone provided to him last night. But Eric Swift hopefully will provide a little bit better one tonight. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Blake Dickman, and it's 1-2 for the first baseman tonight. Alex Shanks on deck. Started in the series opener. He played left field with Taylor Holder out in right. Tonight plays right field with Williamson in left and Chase Graves in center. Here's the 1-2 down low, and Dickman waves at that one. Second strikeout of the night for Will Armbruster.
Right fielder number 5, Alex Shanks.
And that'll bring Alex Shanks to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Shanks hitting .243 on the year, 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. Both of his home runs this season, 2-run home runs that he hit in Walla Walla in the first and third games of the series last week. Fouls the first pitch off of himself in the batter's box. Didn't know it stayed near his foot. He stepped on it as he was walking out. Armbruster didn't like that baseball, so he'll get another one. Shanks hitting .243, as I said. The 0-1 misses outside, and it's 1-1. Shanks out of Mercer Island, Washington. Stands 6 foot. Be a sophomore at Gonzaga in the fall. Here's the 1-1. And bouncer just above the Pippins dugout. It's 1-2. Gonzaga well represented on the roster for the Pippins. Mason Marenko and Owen Wild, who have shined at times offensively and on the mound for the Pippins, as well as Connor Kobalas, who played at YVC this past spring and will head to Gonzaga in the fall. The 1-2 misses up high, and Shanks has a 2-2 count. Talked to Shanks before the game, asked him what outfield position he prefers to play, and he said he feels probably most comfortable in right field. He's willing to play left, has no problem with it, but likes to be out in right. Grounder over to the left side. Ty Saunders on the run, makes the throw, and in time for out number 3. Fly out. Strikeout and a ground out for the Pippins here in inning number 2. We head to the third. Bells lead 1-0. Pippins without a hit so far. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the top of the third inning here in Yakima. Bellingham scored 1 on 3 hits in the top of the first inning. Added a hit in the second, but no runs for them in that inning. The Pippins with no hits or runs through 2 innings. No base runners aboard for the Pippins through 2 innings. Seth Kuykendall out for a third inning of work through 2 so far. 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, and a strikeout to his name in this game. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 Yugo Hamakawa, Luis Aviles, and Cole Hinkleman to start things off. Hamakawa with a 288 batting average, but has a 431 on base percentage. He is just too tough to keep off the base paths. One of the higher baseball IQ players on this team for the Bellingham Bells. Originally out of Tokyo, Japan, currently attends Northwestern Oklahoma State. Kuykendall works out of the windup with nobody on. Here's the first pitch of the top of the third. Breaking ball outside, taken for a called ball. Bit of an adventure here for the Bellingham Bells coming into this getaway day. Getaway day is always interesting for teams, but the Bells had a different wrinkle to their day. Another breaking ball misses high and away, and it's 2-0. Bellingham's team bus had a flat tire, and they took the bus to get it fixed, and were informed the bus would take 3 hours to get the tire changed. Didn't have 3 hours to wait, so the Pippins sprung into action. The number of the interns and front office staff for the Yakima Valley Pippins took their own cars to the team hotel, picked up Bellingham Bells players, took them to where the bus was stored because some of the players had equipment on the bottom of the bus or that they left in the bus. Here's the 3-1 to Seth Kuykendall. Swung on and grounded over to Blake Dickman, who makes the diving stop from his knees, throws to Kuykendall, who steps on the bag, and a great play all around by the Pippins for the first out to retire Yugo Hamakawa. So the Pippins front office staff and operations interns take their own cars over, pick up the players a few batches at a time, let them pick up all of their gear and hand deliver them to the ballpark, foregoing the team bus here today. A little bit of an adventure for the team. It's always interesting, but the Pippins happy to help out. Lined back up the middle by Luis Aviles, and that's a base hit with one out here in the top of the third.
Left fielder number 35, Cole Hinkleman.
So 1 out and 1 on for Cole Hinkleman. Struck out looking back in the top of the first inning for the second out. For the base hit by Charlie Somm, gave the Bells their 1-0 lead. First pitch misses off the outside corner. It's 1-0. Struck out looking at a couple of pitches in that at-bat on the outside corner that were given to Kuykendall. Here's the 1-0, grounded hard down the first base line, but called foul by the home plate umpire. So 1 ball and 1 strike for Hinkleman. Luis Aviles on first base. 1 out here in the top of the third. Bells out in front, 1-0. The 1-1, Kuykendall throws over to first, and Aviles back in. He has to get dirty. Popped up and out of play by Hinkleman, and he's now behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hinkleman bats from the left side, was the DH the first 2 games of the series. Gets the start in left field tonight. Caught a fly ball to lead off the bottom of the second to keep the Pippins hitless. Here's the 1-2 just off the outside edge, says Eric Swift, and it's 2-2. Kuykendall another check over to first base, and back in is Luis Aviles. Two balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Kuykendall out of the stretch, set with his hands just above the belt and delivers off the end of the bat, fouled off by Cole Hinkleman, and the count remains even 2-2. Just the one strikeout so far tonight for Seth Kuykendall. That was Hinkleman, who struck out looking in the first inning. As I said, not a big strikeout pitcher. In his last outing, did strike out 7 over 7 innings of work. Season high for him. Would not be surprised if that was a season high for him all season long. Here's the 2-2. A breaking ball gets Hinkleman swinging, so Hinkleman, second strikeout for him tonight, the only 2 strikeouts of the game, and if there's one batter you're going to consistently fool, Hinkleman is not a bad choice in this lineup for the Bells. That'll bring Charlie Somm to the plate for the second time. Had an RBI base hit in the top of the first inning to give the Bells their 1-0 lead. No runs for the Bells since then. First pitch from Kuykendall, taken at the knees for a called strike. Kuykendall with a look over to first for Aviles and delivers the 0-1 inside to Charlie Somm. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball that he stayed back on but fouled it off of his ankle and kind of collapsed in the batter's box as soon as he was hit. But up on his feet now, looks to be okay. 1 ball and 2 strikes for the DH Somm. First batter of this inning, Yugo Hamakawa hit a grounder that was heading to right field when Blake Dickman laid out to his right to stop it, got back up to his knees and threw over to the covering Seth Kuykendall, who tapped the first base bag to retire Hamakawa before Luis Aviles singled up the middle. Strikeout to Hinkleman and a strikeout here to Charlie Somm. 3 strikeouts in 3 innings for Seth Kuykendall as Somm tips that one back into the glove of Sam Olson. We head into the bottom of the third inning. Bells leading 1-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the bottom of the third inning, 7, 8, and 9 for the Pippins. Will Armbruster on the mound for the Bells. He's dealing and is perfect so far through 2 innings. A couple of strikeouts for him. 3 groundouts and a flyout have helped him through the first 2 innings. It will be Taylor Holder, Bryce Martin, Grudzelanek, and Chase Graves. Taylor Holder, who wears number 6 when the team wears white. Pippins do not have a number 11 that he normally wears in the white jerseys. So Taylor Holder wears 6 and leads things off here in the bottom of the third. First pitch misses inside for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Grounded up the middle. Ty Saunders over to it. The throw over to first, and it's 7 up, 7 down for the Pippins to start this game off. That will bring Bryce Martin Grudzalonic to the plate. Had an opportunity to talk to Bryce during batting practice, asked him what he's working on, what his focus is on coming into the start tonight. And he told me just focused on making the routine plays, having some consistent success. First pitch to him, swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and it's 0-1. He said the other thing is in the early part of the season so far, he's been given plenty of early count fastballs that are good pitches to hit, and he'll just miss them, either swing and a miss or foul them off, and then finds himself deep into counts. And some of these college-level pitchers have better breaking balls than maybe he's seen at the high school level as one misses in the dirt. So he said he's also looking to get on top of those early count fastballs and just play with a little more consistency as the season goes on. He's been warming up a little bit to the college level action. Will be a true freshman at UCLA in the fall. Fouls one off back towards his own dugout. And it's 1-2. One ball and two strikes for Bryce, hitting .227 coming into this game. Pitch swung on and missed down low, and Bryce Martin Grudzalonic strikes out for the second out here in the bottom of the third, and that will bring Chase Graves to the plate.
Center fielder number 37, Chase Graves.
Chase turns 19 years old today, or turned 19 years old today. Most every member of his family was here last night as he got the start. Thought he was going to have an off day tonight, but he ended up texting the family when he found out he was in the starting lineup. And the members of the family that were able to stay in town are here again tonight. An opportunity to watch him play on his birthday. Fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. Was stopped by a couple of his grandparents before the game. Lovely people. Excited to be at the ballpark. The 0-1 misses outside, and it's 1-1. Chase and his family celebrated with a dinner last night after the game. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit grounder to the left side. Ty Saunders on the backhand throws across. One hops the first baseman, Luis Aviles, and his foot came off the bag. So Chase Graves with a two-out base hit breaks up the perfect game that Will Armbruster had through 2 2/3 innings pitched. The Bells dugout would like Eric Swift to potentially overrule that call, and it looked like he had a shrug or something for him. Didn't look like he had the answer they wanted, as nobody coming out to ask Jordan Smart to check with Eric Swift, and Swift would not have an angle of that coming down the first base line. Aviles was pulled off the bag towards right field, so the only person with a view of that foot coming off would be Jordan Smart, the field umpire. And I think that's what Eric Swift said into the Bells dugout was, hey, I don't have a view of that foot coming off the bag. Only thing he can really tell is whether the ball got there first. So Chaz Myers on with 1 out and 2 outs. Grounds up the middle. Ty Saunders with the flip to Yugo Hamakawa. So Chase Graves with the 2-out base hit. But Chaz Myers grounds into the fielder's choice to end the third. The Pippins with their first hit of the night, but no runs after 3 innings. We head into the fourth. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the fourth inning. Seth Kuykendall out for his fourth inning of work. 5 hits over 3 innings so far. 1 run, no walks, and 3 strikeouts for him. He will face 6, 7, and 8. Ty Saunders, A.J. Davis, and Ezra Samperi. Saunders was at the plate with 2 outs and 2 on for the Bellingham Bells when he hit a grounder up the middle. Connor Kobalas made the diving stop and the flip to second to get Charlie Somm out at second on the force out to end that inning. If Kobalas doesn't make the diving stop, the ball probably gets through the infield and potentially a run scores. Ty Saunders lays down a bunt on the third base side. Kuykendall picks it up and throws down to first, but way late, and Ty Saunders reaches on a bunt to start the top of the fourth. A well-placed bunt down the third base line. Kuykendall had a long way to go to get to it as it was dead-end off the bat. And by the time he picked it up and really started his throw, Saunders was just about at first base anyway. So runner on first and no outs. Here's A.J. Davis. Davis grounded out to Kobalas to start the top of the second inning. Kuykendall looks over at first. Saunders with 6 stolen bases on the year. Here's the first pitch to Davis, who squares around but pulls back and takes a ball at the eyes. It's 1-0. Pippins finally get their first hit of the night in the bottom of the third. Chase Graves on his birthday. Fitting situation for them. And now that they're in the hit column, maybe they can get in the run column when we get to the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the 1-0, lined through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit for A.J. Davis, and Ty Saunders holds up at second. Runners on first and second with no outs to start this top of the fourth. The Bells had 2 base hits to start the top of the first inning. 2 outs later, the base hit by Charlie Somm drove in Daniel Jernin for the first and only run of the game to this point. 2 base hits start this inning as well. Corners playing in on the grass. Bryce Martin Grudzelanek at third and Blake Dickman at first base. Middle infielders at double play depth. Here with no outs in the top of the fourth. Ezra Samperi brings the bat around. As soon as Kuykendall comes set, Kuykendall with the look at second now delivers. Bunted down the third base side. Kuykendall to it, tried to go to third. Just got it in time and throws down to first to retire Samperi on the sacrifice bunt. Kuykendall with some fancy footwork tried to slide on his knees so he would end up fielding the ball at the perfect angle to throw down to third quickly. Instead, it went off of his glove. He had to scramble to collect it and get it over to first base in time. Chaz Myers covering on the bag. So the sacrifice bunt for Ezra Samperi. 1 out puts runners on second and third. Infield playing in on the grass. The first pitch gets away from Olsen, but not far enough. Saunders stays at third. Bounced off the chest protector of Sam Olsen and to his right onto the grass around home plate. So first pitch a ball to Emilio Corona. Bryce Martin Grudzelanek. And Connor Kobalas on the left side. Chaz Myers playing almost in front of the second base bag on the grass. Fouled off by Emilio Corona, and that one hurt him. He gets into a crouch as he feels that one out. It's 1-1. Blake Dickman with a large hole on the right side. Trying to fill it up, playing almost halfway between first and second. Plenty of room to cover for Blake Dickman. Large hole on the left side as well. Connor Kobalas playing closer to the third base bag than the second base. Here's the 1-1 from Kuykendall. Popped up, first base side out of play, and it's 1-2. 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. Pippins trying to prevent the Bells from adding even one more run. Runners on second and third. Runs at a premium for both teams so far in this series. Pippins won 3-2 on Friday night, and the Bells shut out the Pippins with a 3-0 victory last night. First time the Pippins have failed to score a run in a game this season. Here's the 1-2. Lined hard into left. Noah Williamson back. It's over his head. Bounces on the warning track. Both runs will score easily. Williamson plays it off the wall. It goes to second, not in time, as Emilio Corona with his second 2-run double in as many games for the Bells puts the Bells on top 3-0.
Center fielder Daniel Jernigan.
That'll take us to the top of the lineup for the Bellingham Bells here in the top of the fourth inning. Daniel Jernigan continues with one out and Emilio Corona on second base. Kuykendall long look back to second. Here's the first pitch, taken inside corner, called strike to Jernigan. That was a well-hit ball by Emilio Corona. One hop the wall on the warning track. The outfield playing at normal depth, perhaps a little shallow. So Williamson had a long way to go to get back to the wall. Another called strike to Jernigan, and he's behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Kuykendall. Down low, and Jernigan lays off. It's 1-2. 16 strikeouts, but 31 walks. Actually, flip that around. 16 walks, 31 strikeouts for Jernigan on the season. Sam Olson with a quick chat. Looks back on his way back to home plate. Kuykendall waves him off. 1-2 strikes for the center fielder, Jernigan. 1 for 2 tonight. Base hit led off the game. He scored the first run for the Bells in the top of the first, and a fly out in the second. Pippins starting to get someone loose down in their bullpen. Here's the 1-2 from Kuykendall. Inside and a bit too far inside. Jernigan takes for a ball, and it's 2-2. Landon Shire assigned with communicating down to the bullpen what the Pippins are looking for out of that pitcher, how soon he should be warm or what situation he might go in. Looks like it's Tyler Frieders down in the bullpen. Here's the 2-2 from Kuykendall. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Jernigan on his way down. Olson will throw to first to retire the center fielder. And staying at second base is Corona. So that will bring Yugo Hamakawa to the plate for the third time tonight. Base hit for him in the top of the first inning. Ground out. Well hit grounder that Blake Dickman dove for to make the stop and throw over to Seth Kuykendall for the first out in the top of the third. First pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Popped up out of play behind home plate, and it's 1-1 strike for the second baseman. Kuykendall entering his senior year at Western Oregon University in the fall. Trying to get through a fourth inning here. 3 runs so far for the Bells. 1 in the first, 2 in the top of the fourth with 2 outs and the runner on second. Here's the 1-1 to Hamakawa. Hard hit grounder at Chaz Myers at second base. Drops a knee to field the grounder and throws over to first for out number 3. So a bunt base hit to lead off the inning by Ty Saunders. A.J. Davis with a single as well. Ezra Samperi sacrifices them over. And Emilio Corona drives him in with a 2-run double, his second in as many games. We turn to the bottom of the fourth. Bells leading 3-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
Become uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting.
Come on, welcome to the Ice Dome.
Leading on for the Pippins, the shortstop, number 2, Connor Cavallis.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 4th inning. 2, 3, and 4 for the Pippins after Chase Graves breaks up the perfect game thrown by Will Armbruster with a 2-out base hit in the bottom of the 3rd. So it's Cobalis, Olsen, and Williamson here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch strike to Cobalis. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Armbruster, taken at the knees. Armbruster with a 3-pitch mix, fastball, changeup, and a curveball for him. Has located the fastball well on the corners to keep him in counts. Out in front, 0-2 against Cobalis. The pitch, half swing the other way. Yugo Hamakawa to it, overthrows the first baseman Aviles, bounces off the railing in front of the Bells dugout, and Connor Cobalis reaches. That one, a grounder hit the other way. The grass slowed it down a lot. Hamakawa had a long way to go to get to it and had a charge on it because it was hit so softly. Finally got to it and overthrows Aviles at first. Probably had time to make the play, but might go down as a throwing error for Hamakawa. We'll see how it gets scored. Sam Olsen will bat with Cobalis on first base and no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Big swing from Olsen, but he misses, and it's 0-1. Olsen grounded out to the second baseman, Hamakawa, in the bottom of the 1st inning. Does go down as an error for Cobalis to reach. So 1 hit on the night so far for the Pippins, 1 error for the Bells. Here's the 0-1. Lined sharply off the cement on top of the Bells dugout. A lot of players self-preservation, put their hands over their heads. A number of players had no time at all to react to it. But Olsen behind 0-2. So 2 straight 0-2 counts for Will Armbruster. Cobalis just kind of threw his hands out at the ball that he grounded the other way. That was an interesting move from Armbruster as he was turning back from first. Here's the 0-2, fouled off by Olsen. I say that because Armbruster obviously turns his shoulders to first to look at Cobalis. And instead of coming back and having the shoulders in a line towards home plate, he actually turned them back towards second base, almost like he was coming set, and then went back to the plate. Here's the 0-2, high and outside. It's 1-2. So no outs. Connor Cobalis on first after reaching on the error. Second base runner of the game for the Pippins. Without a run so far as they trail 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 ball and 2 strikes for the catcher, Sam Olsen. Armbruster delivers. Low outside, called a ball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Olsen without a home run so far this year. 4 doubles for him, no triples. The 2-2. Grounded the other way. Hamakawa was playing up the middle. It gets past him into right field. Kobala stops at second. I don't know that he realized that ball was going all the way to right field. He was jogging into second base. Didn't really look to see whether he should make a turn towards third. He probably could have gone first to third had he been sprinting the whole way. But instead is on second. Pippins with runners on first and second after Sam Wilson records the second hit of the night for the Pippins. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Best chance yet for the Pippins to at least get on the board. And here's Noah Williamson. Williamson before the game told me he was loose. He was feeling loose. Enjoying the music that was playing during batting practice. Big smile on his face as he normally has. The first pitch misses low and away for a ball. He just kept saying loose. Ready to go tonight. Walked and was hit by a pitch last night, 0 for 2 otherwise. The 1-0 checks his swing. And Eric Swift says he went. And so he did. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Swift, who made the decision to say that Williamson swung. Williamson didn't agree with the call, and neither did head coach Kyle Crustangel at third base. I personally don't agree with it either. But Swift decided to say that Noah went, instead of checking with the field umpire on the close swing like that. Armbruster back to second. But Kobala slides in safely. And the home plate umpire, obviously, if he sees a swing, can call a swing. But that one, it looked like the barrel didn't really ever cross the head of Noah Williamson. Was still pointed mostly back towards the umpire as his arms went forward. Here's the 1-1, misses low and away. That changes the entire landscape of this at-bat. That would be 3-0 for Noah Williamson, who, aside from being 1 ball away from walking to load the bases with Blake Dickman behind him, would also be in a fastball count if Armbruster tried to go after Williamson. Here with a 2-1, Armbruster has a few more options. The pitch down low, Williamson swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Went after the fastball. That one was at or below the knees, and Williamson swings over top of it. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second, no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bell's leading 3-0. Armbruster, the 2-2. Swung on and missed by Williamson, and he goes down swinging. And again, that would be the 2nd strike of the at-bat to Noah Williamson if he was not called for the check swing earlier in the at-bat. Just the way sometimes these things go, but it just changes the entire landscape of the at-bat, the pitches that the pitcher has to throw in the at-bat, and the approach the hitter has to take, having to protect with 2 strikes. Swings and misses, and he's out number 1. So Blake Dickman bats. He struck out back in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Runners on first and second still. Takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Dickman getting the start at first base tonight after catching last night. Here's the 1-0, and that's a balk called on Will Armbruster. I was waiting for it. He doesn't really ever come set, and finally called by Jordan Smart on a pretty obvious one. Armbruster talking things over with Jordan Smart. That one was pretty glaring. Armbruster comes set and then has sort of a glitch right before he comes set for a very small second. Sort of a bump. I don't know how else to describe it. Runners on second and third. If you're watching at home, Armbruster brings his, he almost did it again there. He didn't bring the hands down that time. Dickman fouls one off, and it's 1-1. Runners on second and third with 1 out after the balk by Armbruster, but was bringing his hands to where he would come set and then almost as he had come set, would lift them up again and back down to his set position, but just for a sliver of a moment, and then start pitching. And so he sets his foot, sets it again, now almost exaggerated pause here to make sure he does not get called for another balk to allow the first run of the game for the Pippins. I think he looked back at Jordan Smart after that pitch to probably ask, was that one okay? And obviously it is. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Blake Dickman. Armbruster looks in, finds the pitch. Here's the 1-2. And Dickman hits this one deep to left. Looking up is Cole Hinkleman, and he will watch it go. This game is tied in the bottom of the 4th inning on the 3-run home run by Blake Dickman. For the second time this week, Blake Dickman picks up his pitcher, Seth Kuykendall, a 2-run home run in the top of the 8th inning back on Monday in Walla Walla to put the Pippins out in front 5-3. They eventually win that one to clinch the first half in the North Division, and a 3-run home run here in the bottom of the 4th ties this game up at 3. The first 3 runs of the game for the Pippins. Here's Alex Shanks with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch swinging, grounds one over to the shortstop, Ty Saunders. He throws over to first, and that is out number 2.
Designated hitter Taylor Holder.
That will bring Taylor Holder to the plate for the second time. 0 for 1 with a ground out for him. First pitch to Holder, taken on the outside corner for a called strike. The 0-1 inside corner, and it's no balls and 2 strikes for Taylor Holder. The DH tonight for the Pippins. Didn't play last night, started out in right field 2 nights ago. Hit 9th in that game, bats 7th here tonight. The 0-2 popped up behind home plate. That will drift into the grandstands, out of play. Ooh, off a chair and hit a young fan on the ricochet. And the fans trying to at least reconnect him with the baseball. Right now getting checked on by his parent. So no balls and 2 strikes still for Taylor Holder. As the young fan looks like he's okay. Got the baseball. Good to go. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside to Taylor Holder. It's 1-2. Stands here in Yakima County Stadium can produce some pretty wacky ricochets on foul balls. That one bounced off a seat back and up like 5 rows. Here's the 1-2. And Taylor Holder with a high fly ball to deep left. Cole Hinkleman, this will stay in the yard. He makes the catch on the run back towards the wall. And that's out number 3. The Pippins on the board for the first time in 2 days with a 3-run home run by Blake Dickman. Punishes a fastball from Will Armbruster. This game tied at 3 after 4. We head to the 5th. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the top of the 5th inning. Tyler Frieders, the new pitcher for the Yakima Valley Pippins, in a relief appearance following the 4-inning start by Seth Kuykendall. Frieders 2-1 on the year, 3.00 ERA. He's made 4 appearances thus far, 3 of them starts for the Pippins. In 21 innings pitched, he has 27 strikeouts. He also has a save on the year in his 1 relief appearance. Latest outing was a start in Bend. He went 7 innings, no runs, 5 hits allowed on 5 strikeouts as well. Did not walk a batter in that game. First pitch in there is a strike to Luis Aviles, who had some words for Eric Swift. Aviles, Hinkleman, and Somm. It's 3, 4, and 5 for the Bells in the top of the 5th as this game is tied for the first time today after Blake Dickman's 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th. Aviles fouls one off, and he's now behind 0-2. Aviles, the first baseman, 1 for 2, a flyout and a single for him in this game. The 0-2 pitch fouled off, and he stays alive. Pitch that was probably a little high, but went after it anyways. So Frieders comes set to deliver yet another 0-2 pitch. Delivers, and this one high and outside. It's 1-2. It was over the glove of Sam Olson, went back to the backstop. Most pitches that Aviles has seen in this game. First batter to face Frieders. Frieders with the 1-2. Low outside corner taken. Strike 3 by Luis Aviles, and Frieders' day off to a great start. Strikeout in the top of the 5th.
Left fielder number 35, Cole Hinkleman.
That will bring Cole Hinkleman to the plate. 0 for 2 tonight. 2 strikeouts against Seth Kuykendall. 1 looking and 1 swinging. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hinkleman swings at that one, and he's behind 0-2. Frieders, not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, but as of his last couple of outings, has certainly had his fair share of them. The 0-2 fouled off by Hinkleman. And the count remains 0-2. That pitch up high, Hinkleman went after it and got enough of it to stay alive. The 0-2 again. On the outside corner, just misses, according to Eric Swift. And it's 1-2. That one with some movement, arm side movement from Frieders. Started on the outside corner and just tailed away from the lefty Cole Hinkleman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and lined through the left side. Cole Hinkleman with his first hit of the night. A base hit with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Designated hitter number 17, Charlie Somm.
Charlie Somm bats with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the 5th inning. Somm had the RBI base hit that drove home the first run of the game for the Bells in the top of the 1st. Otherwise struck out to end the top of the 3rd inning for Bellingham. This game tied 3-3, 1 run for the Bells in the 1st inning, 2 for the Bells in the 4th. And then in the bottom of the 4th, the 3-run home run by Blake Dickman ties the game up. First pitch swinging was Somm, who misses, and it's 0-1. Frieders working out of the stretch, as he has been even with nobody on. Bouncer third base side. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic goes to first and will get Somm on the easy out. Didn't think he had enough time to go to first, and would have been close for sure. So gets Somm out by a few steps, and Cole Hinkleman moves to second. 2 outs, the runner on second for Ty Saunders. Saunders, who led off the top of the 4th inning with a bunt down the third base line, placed perfectly to get him aboard. A.J. Davis then singled. They were moved over by Ezra Samperi, and Emilio Corona had a 2-run double to give the Bells a 3-0 lead at the time. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Saunders also almost reached in the top of the 1st inning with 2 outs. Hit a grounder up the middle that Cabales had to dive to stop, was able to flip from his glove to Chaz Myers at second base to get the force out there and end the top of the 3rd inning. No balls in 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Pitch to Saunders. Outside corner. This one called a ball, and it's 1-1. Frieders' long look with the runner on second to getting the signs in. Cabales playing just behind the runner, now moves away. Just off the outside corner again, and it's 2-1 to Saunders. Pippins come into this game still on top of the North Division, 16-10 record. Right behind them, Bellingham with a 13-16 record after last night's win. Walla Walla at 9-14 are in 3rd place. Wenatchee 10-16 in 4th, and the bottom of the North Division is Port Angeles with a 7-14 record. A well-hit line drive pulled very foul by Ty Saunders, and it's 2-2. Saunders hitting from the left side. Right-hander Tyler Frieders on the mound. Connor Wilson, the only left-hander in the Pippins bullpen, pitched last night. So only righties available here tonight. Kuykendall went 4 innings to start this game. Frieders in his 1st inning of work. The 2-2 pitch misses low and away, and that's a full count for Ty Saunders. Frieders struck out Luis Aviles looking to start the inning, gave up a base hit to Cole Hinkleman, and Charlie Somm grounded out to third base that moved Hinkleman over to second. So 2 outs and the runner on second as the Bells look to break the 3-3 tie here in the top of the 5th. Full count and 2 outs for Ty Saunders. Frieders delivers. Fouled off. In the South Division, Corvallis on top, 22-7. Portland behind them at 14-9. Still working their way through the end of the first half. Ridgefield at 15-12. Bend 10-14, and Cowlitz 10-14 round out the South Division. Here's the 3-2 to Saunders. Lines this one down the right field line. Does it stay fair? No. Eric Swift says a foul ball. That one was hit low enough where it almost made the job of the umpire easier and called foul. So Ty Saunders still with a full count and 2 outs, almost gave the Bells a 5-3 lead here in the top of the 5th. but just yanked that one a tad foul. Runner on second and 2 outs as Tyler Frieders gets the signs in from Sam Olson. Olson gives him a nod as Frieders comes set. Here's the payoff pitch again. Popped up softly, third base side, foul, and Bryce Martin Grudzalonic has to pull up before he runs into the brick wall on that side of the field, unable to bring down the catch. So the count remains full. Three foul balls for Ty Saunders since this count went full. So the ninth pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here's the 3-2. Low and inside, and he's walked Ty Saunders. So 2 outs and runners on first and second. Here's A.J. Davis, who grounded out to the shortstop to lead off the top of the second inning and had a base hit in the fourth. Came around and scored the third run of the game for the Bells on the double by Emilio Corona. 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch taken for a called strike by A.J. Davis. Frieders set, looks back at second. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed in the dirt. A.J. Davis with a 1-1 count. Actually, 0-2 count, rather. Runners on first and second here in the top of the fifth. Pippins just tied the game up at 3 in the bottom of the fourth. Bells trying to score. Here's the 0-2 to A.J. Davis. Taken low and away, called a ball, and it's 1-2. Frieders, who will likely be asked to throw 2 to 3 innings. At least get them into the 8th inning, where perhaps they can have a lead by then. If not, might be asked to throw into the 8th, perhaps the 9th as well. Here's the 1-2 to Davis. Swung on and missed, and it's the second strikeout of the inning for Tyler Frieders. Gets him out, stranding 2 runners in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 3. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Looking on for the Pippins in the 5th inning, the third baseman, number 35, Bryce Martin Grudzalonic.
Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Bryce Martin Grudzelanek will lead things off for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Chase Graves to follow, and the top of the order, Chaz Myers on deck. Bryce, first pitch swinging, chopper to the second shortstop, Ty Saunders. Long throw across the diamond and gets Bryce out by a step or two. First baseman Luis Avila is quick to pull his foot off the bag a few times in this game. He's got to be careful. Because he might accidentally pull his foot off just a second too early on a close play that could change the face of this game. Here's Chase Graves. Had a base hit back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Takes a pitch up high for a ball. Base hit was the first batter aboard for the Pippins, breaking up the perfect game thrown by Will Armbruster, who is back out for a 5th inning of work. Set the stage to do some damage against Armbruster in the bottom of the 3rd. No runs for the Pippins that inning, but the bottom of the 4th proved a lot better. Pop fly to right field. Emilio Corona underneath it and will make the catch for out number 2. So here's Chaz Myers. 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout and grounded into a fielder's choice that ended the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Pippins. Here's the first pitch to Myers. Taken below the knees for a ball, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 from Armbruster. Myers grounds this one to the left side. Over is A.J. Davis, the third baseman, to his left. Makes the throw over to first. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Pippins here in the bottom of the 5th. We head into the 6th. Pippins and Bells tied at 3. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the 6th inning. Tied at 3. Bells with a run in the 1st, 2 in the 4th, and 3 in the bottom of the 4th for the Pippins. Tonight's 6th inning is brought to you by the Yakima Herald Republic. For all game reports and news about the Pippins, read the Yakima Herald Republic either in print or online. The Yakima Herald Republic, they tell the Pippins stories. Right now, the story for the Pippins is Blake Dickman with his 2nd clutch home run this week. One on Monday in Walla Walla, one here tonight in the bottom of the 4th inning. Connor Kobalas reaches on a throwing error by Yugo Hamakawa. Sam Olson singles to put runners on 1st and 2nd. They're balked over to 2nd and 3rd. Noah Williamson strikes out, but Blake Dickman with a 412-foot home run to left field ties the game up at 3. No runs for either team in the 5th, and we are here in the top of the 6th, 8, 9, and 1 for the Bellingham Bells. Here's the first pitch, swung on and missed by Ezra Samperi. Tried to hold back the swing, but was unable to. Grounder over to Connor Kobalas at shortstop, scoops it up. Quick throw over to first. He took a couple of hops, but then realized Samperi was charging down the line, got the throw over in time, and that's out number 1.
Right fielder number 16, Emilio Corona.
So here's Emilio Corona, 1 for 2 tonight, a flyout and a 2-run double in the top of the 4th inning. Gave the Bells a 3-0 lead at the time before it was tied up by Blake Dickman. Takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Bounced off the glove of Sam Olson behind the plate. Dickman at the start at first base tonight. Here's the 1-0 from Tyler Frieders in his 2nd inning of work. That one misses high and outside. It's 2-0. Another hard hit grounder right at Connor Kobalas. He'll make the throw over. This one a closer play, but the out made by Connor Kobalas. 2 batters and 2 ground outs to shortstop takes us to the top of the order. Daniel Jernin here in the top of the 6th inning. Game tied at 3. 2 outs, nobody on for the center fielder.
Center fielder number 19, Daniel Jernin.
Jernin 1 for 3 tonight. Base hit in the top of the 1st. Came around to score the first run of the game for the Bells, and then a flyout and a strikeout in the 4th inning. Here's the first pitch on the inside corner, taken for a strike. Seth Kuykendall pitched the first 4 innings of this game, gave up those 3 runs on 8 hits. No walks for him and 4 strikeouts. Tyler Frieders came on in the 5th. Strikeout to start his outing, single. Got a ground out by Charlie Somm, walked Ty Saunders, and then struck out A.J. Davis to end the top of the 5th. 2-1 count for Daniel Jernin after taking a first pitch strike and 2 balls after that. Couple of ground outs start the top of the 6th for Frieders. Here's the 2-1. Grounder right back to him, reached between his legs, didn't make the stop. Chaz Myers on the infield dirt, grabs it, throws over to first, and Daniel Jernin, almost with the assist from Tyler Frieders, grounds out. 3 up, 3 down for the Bells here in the top of the 6th. First time tonight that they've gone down in order. We head into the bottom of the 6th, tied at 3. We'll be right back. You're tuning into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Bells 3, Pippins 3. As Will Armbruster heads out for a 6th inning of work through 5 innings so far. 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. No walks and 4 strikeouts for him. Connor Kobalas leads things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch ball up high. Kobalas hit a grounder the other way. Just kind of threw his bat at the ball, and it trickled on the grass. Hard hit grounder to third base this time. A.J. Davis picks it up Long throw across the diamond, but the catch is made by Aviles, and Cobalis is out number 1. Hamakawa had a long way to go to it on that ground ball back in the 4th inning, so he picked it up, tried to rush the throw, and threw it over the head of Aviles. So Cobalis reached on the error, and his run was unearned by Armbruster on the 3-run home run by Blake Dickman. Sam Olson bats with 1 out and nobody on. He singled after Cobalis reached. They both were balked over to 2nd and 3rd before the 3-run home run. Here's the first pitch here in the bottom of the 6th, taken at the knees for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. Also at the knees. Another pitch taken for a strike. Here's the 0-2. They go up high this time. Olson grounds this one to the shortstop, Ty Saunders, who throws over to first, and that's 2 ground outs to start the inning for Will Armbruster. Here's Noah Williamson batting for the 3rd time tonight. A flyout and a strikeout for him in this one. Popped up, first base side. That'll tail out of play for the first strike of his at-bat here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 hit for Noah Williamson so far in this series. He went 1 for 4 on Friday night with a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Gave the Pippins a 3-1 lead at the time. The Bells got a run back, so they ended up winning 3-2. No hits last night. Did reach twice, and no hits so far tonight. They miss on a pitch that looked like it was at the knees. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Armbruster out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. That one taken low, and it's 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one misses low. No, a very late called strike by Eric Swift on a pitch that nobody would have blamed him for calling a ball. Looked like a curveball that broke low and away. Looked like he had stood up to call it a ball, or after calling it a ball, and instead called the strike. So here's the 2-2. Williamson gets a piece of this one. Bouncer over foul territory on the warning track outside of the Pippins dugout. Ryan Arredondo, the relief pitcher for the Pippins, showing his defensive prowess. Made the catch and then quickly transitioned, ready to make a throw. Here's the 2-2. Hard hit grounder to the shortstop, Ty Saunders. Fields it on the forehand over to first, stretching out as Luis Aviles, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Cash Ulrich pointing towards home plate umpire Eric Swift. And they would like Jordan Smart to check with Eric Swift on whether Aviles' foot came off the bag. I don't think it did. Kyle Crustangel has his fingers inches apart, saying his foot was this far off the bag. Check with the home plate umpire. Smart doesn't seem interested, but does go in for the conference. I don't think this is going to go the way the Pippins want, but 3 up, 3 down for the Pippins here in the bottom of the 6th. We head into the 7th. Still tied at 3. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Done, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma. Okay.
Welcome back for
Family
the
meeting.
top of the 7th inning. Tied at 3. Both teams go 3 up, 3 down in the 6th. Umpires did get together, and I think Eric Swift, almost from the body language, looked like he wasn't even really looking at the play, or maybe just didn't have a good view of it. Again, Aviles was stretched out towards right field. I had mentioned in an earlier play when Jordan Smart said Aviles did pull his foot off the bag after getting stretched out to right field, that the home plate umpire doesn't really have a good view of that play, so Swift was not going to be much help anyways.
Leading out for Bellingham, the second baseman, number 5, Yugo Hamakawa.
Top of the 7th inning, Yugo Hamakawa, Luis Aviles, and Cole Hinkleman to lead things off for the Bellingham Bells. First pitch over the heart of the plate taken by Hamakawa for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one just off the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Hamakawa, 3 hops. Chaz Myers at second base. The throw over to first in time. Hamakawa with 3 groundouts in his last 3 at-bats. A very difficult bat to retire, and the Pippins seemed to have the answer over his last few plate appearances. Leads off the top of the 7th with a ground out to second base. Here's Luis Aviles. First pitch misses down low for a ball. Aviles 1 for 3 tonight. Base hit back in the 3rd inning, otherwise a fly out, and struck out looking to lead off the 5th inning for the Bells. Takes a pitch low and away, and it's 2-0. Tyler Frieder's on for his 3rd inning of work. Fouled off by Aviles, and it's 2-1. In 2 innings, 1 hit allowed, no runs for the Bells while Frieder's has been on the mound. 1 walk issued by the right-hander, and 2 strikeouts, both of them in the top of the 5th inning. 1 out, nobody on for Aviles here in the top of the 7th. Tied at 3. Neither team has scored since the 4th inning when the Bells added their 2nd and 3rd runs, and the Pippins scored all 3 of theirs. A high fly ball pulled foul by Aviles, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes as he looks to the heavens, knowing he had a pitch to hit there, and just was too eager on it way out in front. Frieder's out of the stretch, comes set, hands about the middle of the chest. Delivers the 2-2, swung on and missed by Luis Aviles. 3rd strikeout of the night for Tyler Frieder's in his 3rd inning of work, and that's the 2nd out in the top of the 7th. Here's Cole Hinkleman.
The left fielder, number 35, Cole Hinkleman.
Hinkleman struck out in his first 2 at-bats, looking in the first and swinging in the third before a 1-out base hit in the top of the 5th inning. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Hinkleman, more than maybe any other player in this game for either team. Eric Swift has gone what looks to be a little further outside and perhaps a little lower as well against with the strike zone. Here's the 0-1, grounded to the first base side. Blake Dickman will pick it up, underhanded to Frieders, who steps on the first base bag for out number 3. 6 straight outs for Frieders over the last 2 innings. We head into the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch in Yakima. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Blake Dickman leads things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning from Yakima County Stadium. This game tied at 3. Dickman tied it up for the Pippins with a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th inning. After Kobalas reached on an error and Sam Olson singled, they both moved to second and third on a balk by Will Armbruster. And with 1 out in the inning, Blake Dickman hit a 412-foot bomb to left field. 27-degree launch angle, only had a maximum height of 80 feet. I mean, it was a line drive through and through. Would have hit the scoreboard if it was 5 feet to its right, but just went to the left of it and cleared the wall for a home run. The scoreboard would have been a home run as well, maybe a little more theatrical. First 2 pitches strikes for Blake Dickman, and he's behind 0-2. Dickman's home run, 103 miles per hour off the bat, tied this game up for the Pippins. The 0-2 swung at and missed, and Dickman strikes out swinging. Outside of the home run issued by Armbruster, and really that inning as a whole, Armbruster has been pitching a gem. If you exclude the 4th inning, he's allowed just 1 hit tonight to Chase Graves in the bottom of the 3rd. Gave up 2 hits, 1 error in that 4th inning, so 2 of the runs earned against him. 3 total for the Pippins. Swing and a miss by Alex Shanks, and it's 0-1. No walks issued by the right-hander. And Dickman was the 5th strikeout here to start the bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 taken on the outside half of the plate. It's 0-2 for Shanks. Here's the 0-2. Taking on the outside half. Shanks frozen on the pitch and takes strike 3. 3 straight strikes. 6 total to start this bottom of the 7th inning. And Armbruster with 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Looks to keep the game tied. Here's Taylor Holder. Nobody down in the bullpen for the Pippins. Tyler Frieders will be asked to keep going into the 8th inning with this game tied. Here's the first pitch to Holder. He pops one up to center. Daniel Jernin a few steps to his left, now ranging in. He'll make the catch for out number 3. So 11 in a row retired by Armbruster following the 3-run home run by Blake Dickman, and the Pippins and Bells are still tied at 3 as we head into the 8th. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the top of the 8th inning. It's 5, 6, and 7 for the Bellingham Bells. Charlie Somm, Ty Saunders, and A.J. Davis to lead things off against Tyler Frieders, who's retired the last 7 straight batters, rather. Strikeout that ended the top of the 5th. 3 groundouts in the 6th. The groundout, strikeout, and groundout to end the 7th for the Bells. Charlie Somm looks to get things going. He's 1 for 3 tonight. RBI base hit in the first, drove in the first run of the game for the Bells. Strikeout and a ground out for him. Swings and misses at the first pitch here in the 8th. Frieders with 3 strikeouts in 3 innings pitched, 1 walk issued, 1 hit allowed, no runs against him. Here's the 0-1. Gets a piece of it, rounds it foul towards the Pippins dugout. Ryan Arredondo continues to have some fun outside of the Pippins dugout. Pippins have an off day tomorrow night, welcoming the Highline Bears Tuesday through Thursday, 6:35 p.m. Tuesday is a Toyota Tuesday family night out. First 50 kids through the gates get a baseball, Toyota and Pippins baseball, as Charlie Somm swings and misses at a pitch up high. He's the first out in the top of the 8th, and up will step Ty Saunders. Wednesday is another baseball bingo winning Wednesday. First 200 fans receive a free bingo card with a chance to win a prize package courtesy of St. Joe's Bingo and the Pippins. And Thursday, of course, Thirsty Thursday, presented by the Northwest Peanut Company and Iron Horse Brewing, with discounts on beer, cider, and wine, as well as soft drinks through the 7th inning. Pippins then head on the road to Cowlitz as they return to West Coast League play Friday through Sunday. 6:35 p.m. start times for those games as well, except for Sunday's game, which starts at 1:05. They return home for West Coast League play next Tuesday against the Bend Elks. First pitch fouled off by Ty Saunders. 0-1. Pitch lined into right. Alex Shanks racing back to the warning track, reaches up. It'll bounce on the warning track. Saunders on his way to second. Shanks throws. It's cut off in the shallow center field. Blake Dickman backing up the play at first base, gets the ball, calls time, and will return it to Tyler Frieders after the one-out double by Ty Saunders.
Third baseman number 9, A.J. Davis.
So A.J. Davis will bat for the 4th time tonight. 1 for 3, base hit, a ground out, and a strikeout for him, not in that order. Base hit came in the top of the 4th inning after Ty Saunders reached on a bunt single. They were moved over by the sacrifice bunt from Ezra Samperi and brought in by Emilio Corona for the 2nd and 3rd runs of the game for the Bells. Here's the first pitch to Davis. That one taken at the knees for a called strike. Runner on second base, 1 out here in the top of the 8th, tied at 3. So 0-1, grounded to the shortstop Connor Caballas, who has to wait back on it, throws over to first in time. Moving over to third is Ty Saunders on the ground out by A.J. Davis. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Here's Ezra Samperi. Blake Dickman over at first base, benefiting from a fresh new pair of Oakleys that he traded away for in Walla Walla. A young fan during batting practice approached him with a trade opportunity he could not refuse, one of his bats, for a nice pair of Oakleys in the Pippins colors. Green tinted lenses and green on the frames as well as some white. First pitch to Ezra Samperi, taken at the knees for a called strike. Dickman wasn't able to trade away the bat he's been using. He had just hit a home run with that, the home run in the first game of the Walla Walla series. So traded away one of his other bats as well as a signed baseball to the kid for the Oakleys. Hasn't been able to use them as he's been behind the plate. As Samperi swings and misses, it's 0-2. Gets the start here at first base. Sun always a character here at Yakima County Stadium this time of night. First baseman staring directly into the sun as he takes a throw over from third base or shortstop. So has him down now and using them for the first time in a game. Here's the 0-2. Samperi fouls one off to stay alive. Fan makes a catch on the bounce off the backstop with his hat. Runner on third base, 2 outs, no balls and 2 strikes for Ezra Samperi, trying to break the tie here in the top of the 8th. Fouls another one off into the parking lot on the first base side. Much different game offensively for these two teams. 10 hits for the Bells, just 3 runs, 1 error for them. The Pippins more economic, scoring 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors for them in this game. Samperi fouls one off in on the hands, and the count remains 0-2. 1 hit for the Pippins in the bottom of the 3rd. Caballas reached on an error in the bottom of the 4th, followed by the 2nd hit of the game by Sam Olson. Put 2 runners on for the Blake Dickman 3-run home run. Nothing for the Pippins offense since then. Will Armbruster has retired the last 11 straight batters he's faced in the 7-inning start so far. Here's the 0-2. Taken in the dirt. Olson blocks it out in front, and it's 1-2 for Samperi. Some fireworks getting set off here in Yakima. Left over from the July 4th holiday last weekend. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Samperi flies one into right center. Alex Shanks over to make the catch in the gap for out number 3. So the double by Ty Saunders. He moves over to third on a ground out, but is left there, and the game remains tied as we head to the bottom of the 8th. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 3 here at Yakima County Stadium. Bells score 1 in the top of the first, 2 in the top of the 4th, and the Pippins. Blake Dickman with a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th inning ties the game up at 3. It has stayed that way since then. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 8, 9, and 1 on the way for the Pippins. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic, Chase Graves, and Chaz Myers to follow. Will Armbruster out of the game after 7 innings of work. Allowed just 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, no walks allowed, and struck out 6 batters in the outing. Retired the last 11 straight batters following the 3-run home run by Blake Dickman. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic digs in, first pitch swinging, and lines this one deep to left. Does it have the distance? It's off the top of the 16-foot wall here in Yakima. Bryce on his way to second. Slow to get to it was Cole Hinkleman after the awkward hop off the wall. And Bryce Martin Grudzalonic with his second double of the season leads things off here in the bottom of the 8th.
Center fielder, number 37, Chase Graves.
Chase Graves will bat with Bryce Martin Grudzalonic on second. No outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pippins looking to break this tie. Carter Parker on the line, on the mound for the Bells here in the bottom of the 8th. The first pitch to Graves. Taken on the outside half for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Graves on his birthday. Broke up the perfect game in the bottom of the 3rd inning with the first hit of the night for the Pippins. First base playing in on the grass against him with the runner on second. Takes a pitch outside. And it's 1-1. Third baseman A.J. Davis playing a little bit behind the third base bag. There to make sure Bryce doesn't take off for third and isn't able to move over on a potential sacrifice bunt situation. Luis Avila is at first base playing at about the cut of the grass off the first base bag. Here's the 1-1. Chase pops up shallow right field. Yugo Hamakawa ranging back. The right fielder calls him off. Emilio Corona. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic stays back at second base. So Chase flies out for the first out in the inning. And we go to the top of the order, Chaz Myers.
Second baseman, number 45, Chaz Myers.
So Parcher allows the leadoff double to Bryce Martin Grudzalonic, and then Chase Graves flies out, 1 out and 1 on second base for Chaz Myers. 0 for 3 tonight, reached on a fielder, grounded into a fielder's choice that ended the bottom of the 3rd inning. He takes the first pitch ball down low. Struck out in the 1st and grounded out in the 5th, Myers did. Leads the team in doubles with 11. Would be a big time for another one. Lines over the head of the shortstop, Ty Saunders. Bryce getting waved around. He will score before the throw gets into the infield. And Chaz Myers, not a double, but an RBI base hit, gives the Pippins the lead for the first time tonight. They lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Bryce Martin Grudzalonic almost hits his first college-level home run, robbed by the 16-foot high walls here at Yakima County Stadium. Clanks it about a foot or two from the top of the wall in the left field corner. Ends up settling with a double, and Chaz Myers scores him on the base hit into left. Here's Connor Kobalas. Takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. Kobalas reached on an error by the second baseman Yugo Hamakawa in the bottom of the 4th to start that inning. Moved to second when Sam Olson singled. Moved to third on the balk by Will Armbruster. And scored on the 3-run home run by Blake Dickman. Here's the 0-1. Hard hit grounder at A.J. Davis at third base. He goes to second. Hamakawa over to first. Pulls Aviles off the bag. So Kobalas reaches on a fielder's choice. Chaz Myers out at second. 2 outs in this inning with Kobalas on first base for Sam Olson. Olson 1 for 3, had that hit in the 4th inning. Couple of ground outs outside of that. Pippins leading 4-3 after Chaz Myers' RBI base hit gives the Pippins the lead for the first time since back on Friday night. First pitch to Olsen bounces low and away, and it's 1-0. Pippins walked away with a 3-2 victory on Friday night. Lost last night 3-0, shutout for the first time of the season, and lead 4-3 here tonight. Takes the 1-0 low and inside, and it's 2-0. Bellingham won the first game of the series between these two teams back on June 8th, in Bellingham. Pippins won the next two games, went on to win another 10 as part of a 12-game win streak. The 2-0 on the outside corner called for a strike. Bellingham comes into Yakima, loses the first game, wins the second. The season series currently at 3-2. And this particular series tied up at 1 between these two teams. The finale here tonight, the 2-1, misses low and away. And again, a great start for Will Armbruster. Quality start for him, 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Outside of that 4th inning, he had allowed just 1 hit in the outing, 2 hits and an error in the 4th. Gave the Pippins their 3 runs. Popped up shallow center, Yugo Hamakawa out onto the grass. He makes the catch for out number 3. So leadoff double by Bryce Martin Grudzelanek and an RBI base hit by Chaz Myers. The Pippins lead 4-3 after 8 complete innings. And Tyler Frieders out to complete this game in the top of the 9th for the Pippins. We'll be right back. You're tuned in to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The common certainty. Enough!
With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh, wait.
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting.
Come on, walk into the ice dome.
Welcome back for the top of the 9th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Bellingham Bells. Emilio Corona, Daniel Jernin, and Yugo Hamakawa asked to try to get the 1 run back that was given up by Carter Parcher in the bottom of the 8th inning. Leadoff double by Bryce Martin Grudzelanek, and a base hit by Chaz Myers scores him to give the Pippins a 4-3 lead. Bells have led this game all the way since back in the top of the 1st when they scored 1. Added 2 in the 4th. Pippins tied it in the bottom of the 4th, and it had been tied from the 4th through the 8th innings until the Pippins finally got on top with the 1 run. Emilio Corona leads off against Tyler Frieders. First pitch to Corona, inside corner, taken for a called strike. Frieders so far 4 innings of work after Seth Kuykendall turned in a 4-inning start. Corona checks his swing, called strike, and it's 0-2. Kuykendall started the game 4 innings on the mound, 8 hits allowed, 3 runs, all 3 earned, no walks issued, and 4 strikeouts. Frieders came on in the 5th inning, has thrown 4 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and no runs. Make it 5 strikeouts as Corona gets a piece of that one, but not enough. Caught by Sam Olsen, and he's down swinging for the first out in the top of the 9th. Frieders came into this game in the 5th inning after the Pippins had just tied the game up at 3. He's kept it tied. At one point retired 8 straight batters and now finds himself with the lead. The first time the Pippins have led, and trying to hold on to it, misses the first pitch for a ball to Daniel Jernin. In line for the win if he can get the final 2 outs here in the 9th inning. I believe Landon Shire getting warm out in the bullpen in case Frieders gets into any trouble. No, it's not Shire. It's Owen Wild getting warm down there. Shire is out talking with Jordan Cameron, one of the assistant coaches. Frieders misses on the second pitch, and it's 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Lined up the middle into center field. That's a base hit for Daniel Jernin. Big turn at first, but Graves will get it back in, so it's a 1-out base hit for Daniel Jernin. In the top of the 9th, he's the tying run. Yugo Hamakawa steps to the plate representing the potential go-ahead run for the Bellingham Bells. If we get to the bottom of the 9th, if the Bells are able to score a run here or more in the top of the 9th, the Pippins will have 4, 5, and 6 due up. So hope not totally lost if that happens, but the Pippins certainly hope things end here in the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss by Yugo Hamakawa. It's 0-1. Hamakawa bats from the left side. 1 for 4 tonight. Base hit back in the first inning. Great play by Blake Dickman at first. Got him on the ground out in the 3rd inning, and a couple more ground outs to Chaz Myers at second base after that. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. Olsen had pulled away towards the outside and caught the ball, looked like on the inside half of the plate. But I think the extra movement didn't help him, didn't get the call from Swift. So here's the 1-1 from Frieders. Popped up, center field. Chase Graves to his right, underneath it, and makes the catch for out number 2. Daniel Jernin back to first base. And Luis Aviles, last chance for the Bellingham Bells here in the top of the 9th inning. Owen Wild continues to throw down in the Pippins bullpen. 1 out left for the Bells, and Larry Price with the signs down at third base for Jernin and Aviles. Jernin at first base, Aviles at the plate. Here's the first pitch from Frieders. Taken on the inside corner, called strike. Frieders, if he can complete this, will earn the win, and certainly has earned it with his performance, keeping the game tied through 8 innings and then given the lead in the 9th. Here's the 0-1. Velez, swing and a miss on a pitch up high, no balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Frieders with 5 strikeouts so far tonight. Season high was 10 in a start a few starts ago. No balls and 2 strikes. Frieders set. The pitch. Popped up. Behind home plate. Will it stay playable? Olsen back to the backstop looking up, and it will bounce in the second row. And if it makes Sam Olsen feel any better, the fan failed to make the catch as well. So no balls and 2 strikes still for Luis Aviles. Olsen ended up having to pick up the ball and give it back to the fan through the backstop as it bounced off the fan and down onto the field of play. Daniel Jernin on first base after the 1-out single. Yugo Hamakawa flew out to center field, so 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Pippins leading 4-3, despite the Bells having more than double the amount of hits in this game. 2 outs. Runner on first, the 0-2. Jernin takes off. Swing and a miss by Luis Aviles. Daniel Jernin does not matter. Running to second, Tyler Frieders finishes this game off with 5 innings of relief following the 4-inning start by Seth Kuykendall. He gives up 3 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts in the game for Tyler Frieders. He earns the win. Blake Dickman ties the game up in the bottom of the 4th with a 3-run home run. Bryce Martin Grudzelanek leads off the bottom of the 8th with a double, almost a home run, a few feet short, hitting off the top of the 16-foot high wall. And Chaz Myers singles him home for the winning run in the bottom of the 8th. The Pippins win the series and the season series, now 4-2 against the Bells this year. The Pippins may see the Bells in August, may see Walla Walla. Bellingham right now in second place in the division. Walla Walla right behind them in third. But for now, the Pippins victorious against both of them. They take an off day tomorrow before welcoming in the Highline Bears for some non-league action on Tuesday. Toyota Tuesday Family Night Out at 6:35 p.m. You'll want to be here as the Pippins continue to play well here into the second half. They're now 17-10 on the year in West Coast League play. 23-10 overall as they continue non-league play on Tuesday. The Pippins walk away with the win and look for another one on Tuesday. I've been Chris Rosado Jr. Thank you so much for tuning in night after night. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you